ADHD comes with its challenges. We all know that. But did you know that it also comes with its superpowers? For many people with ADHD, this is their lifeline to a long-term success plan, is nurturing and harnessing those superpowers and building their life around them. Dr. Murphy here, Coach Murphy, owner of Effective Effort Consulting. 20 years have been rolled up my sleeve and supporting neurodiverse students and adults, tackling challenges, overcoming obstacles, and learning how to develop the executive function skills to thrive. Thanks for taking part in this, where I'm going to share out 4 advantages. There's more, there's a litany of advantages, but I'm going to highlight 4 as a starting point. And we'll show you how to leverage these superpowers, these strengths, and these traits in order to succeed in wherever you are, school, life, work. So let's get into it. Advantage number 1, my favorite, creativity and out-of-the-box thinking. This is probably what makes so many people with ADHD, they don't really fit the school mold, but they are phenomenal entrepreneurs, blazing trails out there in the world. And this is what, as a superpower, you have to really appreciate and embrace, right? You gotta think of people like Walt Disney or Richard Branson, and you gotta think that these people weren't really fit into a mold of society. They had to blaze their own trail. This goes to kind of a study. I'm not sure where this study came from, but I heard sometime in the last 20 years that, and I say it all the time, it's 80% of emergency room professionals are ADHD. And that is partly because they can think on their feet really quickly, they can react, they're super passionate and heartfelt people that love to help others, and they're bright and capable, and they definitely can handle stress. So what should you do about this? Well, I think you should brainstorm what are your creative outlets, right? What are your passions, interests, and out-of-the-box types of things that you're interested in? And if you know this about yourself, then start engaging in those activities that expand your creativity, expand your out-of-the-box interests, whether it's crafting, creating YouTube channels, leveraging your creativity in the work environment can be just as beneficial. It doesn't have to be a student, right? You can be out there in the real world and you lost your passion for drawing and artwork and creating music. Go back there and get back to what innately makes you you. Okay, advantage number 2, hyperfocus. Yeah, in many cases we treat hyperfocus as a disadvantage, but the truth is, when it comes to blazing a trail and creating a life of passion and interest, hyperfocus is part of that experience. And so you have to really recognize that when I mirror hyperfocus with my interests, I can build a career around that, especially if I can build the skills around that and the goal-directed perseverance to blaze that trail and create something that I can live my life on, right? So think about Simone Biles, for example. She leveraged her hyper-focused and her passions and strengths and interests, right, to become a world-class gold medalist. And so it's really important to sit back and say, yeah, people complain that I'm always hyper-focused. Well, I have to create a balanced approach maybe to handling my hyper-focused tendencies, and I still have to be able to get things done like ADLs and other non-preferred priorities just to manage life. But I still have to recognize that hyper-focused tendency is my superpower, and I have to be able to channel it in a way that can build a life around. Advantage number 3, high energy level. This might go hand in hand with the H in ADHD, but to be honest, that plays out over time where it's not hyperactive. You just have high energy, and high energy, when channeled in the right way, whether it's in sports or in high interest activities, starts to really build something of meaning and purpose, and the energy starts to feed itself. So this is an awesome superpower because you just find yourself able to sleep less, create more, because you're just not tired like the normal person. And that can be a superpower if I can create a balanced approach to it, because all these superpowers, if you let them run the roost, then I may not be able to sustain it forever. So I have to create some balance and buffers and bumpers to allow myself a balanced approach to let my true self come out, but I also need to park things to allow myself time to recharge and things like that. So you have to channel your energy, but you also have to create that balance where you have those high interest energy periods of time, but also time to decompress and reset. Okay, advantage number 4. This kind of goes to my 80% of ER professionals, because this advantage has to do with a strong intuition, quick thinking, right? Being able to work quickly, dynamically on your feet. This is a superpower. Not everybody can do it. It's something about that ADHD brain that can just think quick, react quick, and has a real intuitive sense of what to do and how to do it. When you think about students building careers in the industries out there, you find that they can react quickly. They can make decisions intuitively and not really know why, and just move forward with less worries and concerns about what those things might do. Think about, for example, there's an example related to Michael Phelps we all know, the Olympic swimmer, right? He spoke out about his, kind of quick decision making helped him to excel in swimming, right? Allowing him to be more instinctual during races and outpace the competition. So that's just one kind of maybe grandiose example, but this could just be in the day management of decision makings in the workplace, and how you mirroring these other advantages can also kind of become kind of combined with this one, where your intuitive sense of decision making, because you are living a heartfelt life, you're living a life of purpose, and you're letting your ADHD kind of intuition guide you. You can make decisions quicker and outpace the competition every time. One way to develop this, if you're interested, is start trusting your instinct, right? Don't live in that kind of shame or fear of the unknown, right? Just jump into those unknowns, make those intuitive decisions, those instincts, those feelings that say, I want to try this. Go into it, both feet. Practice mindfulness so that it can kind of regulate your thought processes and maybe control the chatter in your thinking, and allow you to hear those voices that are far more intentional than maybe just the general chatter of thoughts. Okay, what did you think of these superpowers? There's just 4 of them, and just to recap: your creativity, hyper-focused, high energetic self, strong intuition, these coming together to paint a picture of a superhuman being. Anyways, there's other superpowers, there's other abilities that come out, and you know as well as I do what they are. If this is a kind of a cool video sparking some interest, but also recognizing that maybe you want help figuring this out, right? I'm your guy. Schedule a time for us to connect. Let's see how coaching can help you make the shifts you're trying to make in your life, overcome the barriers you're trying to make in your life, build the executive function skills in order to become the best version of yourself. And we'll start there. Thanks for taking part. Hope this helps you on your journey. All the best.